Dear students of class 12th English literature, today our topic is The Heritage of India, that is written by A.L. Basham. In this lecture, we will study paragraph number 3 of this chapter. Let's begin. In this paragraph, the writer says many things about the heritage of India. Let's see. First thing is we mention number 3 to this paragraph, means this is third paragraph of this chapter, and we have entitled this paragraph, and the title is New Generation and Our Culture. This paragraph is written based on these 2 points. Now let's begin. Today there are few Indians, means in this modern age there are some Indians, whatever their creed means their philosophy of life, their segment, their society, no matter, it doesn't matter whatever their society is, who does not look back with pride on their ancient culture. Means this segment of people does not look back. Look back means does not look to their history, and they are not overexcited over their ancient culture, means they are in balance. And there are few intelligent Indians, means there are some wise intelligent Indians too, who are not willing to sacrifice some of its effete elements. Effete means weak, means on the contrary of the fact that there are some Indians who do not want to look back their culture with pride. On the other hand, there are some Indians who do not who do not want to give up even the weakest points of their culture. It means there are 2 types of people. First, who does not look back to their culture with pride, and second, they are taking each and everything, maybe weak or maybe strong. They are not ready to give up their weak elements at all. But one thing is common in both of them. Let's see what is that. So that India may develop and progress. The thing that is common in both their minds is the progress of India. It means the people, whether they have any creed, whether they look back or do not look back, whether they give up their effete elements or do not give up their effete elements, their thinking is to give progress to India. It means progress of India is a common thing in all type of Indian. From this portion, politically and economically, India faces many problems. From this point, politically and economically, this is a very important paragraph. In this, the writer says, politically means basis on the politics. Economically means basis on the financial condition of India. India was facing many problems of great difficulty. Actually, this chapter was written just after 7 years of independence, and this condition is not a present condition. This condition was the condition of 1954. At that time, India was facing so many problems on the level of politics and economical progress also, and no one can forecast her future with any certainty, and at that time nobody was sure to say about the future of India. It means just after 7 years of independence, means after 1947, and 7 years in this way, 1954. India was progressing, industries were developing, and politics was not so strong. That's why the writer says this was the thinking of that time. It was very difficult to forecast about the future of India at that time. But it is safe to predict that whatever the future may be. But the writer says, if we ignore the future of India at that time, Indians of coming generations will not be unconvincing and self-conscious copies of Europeans. This was the quality of youth of India. This was the quality of young generation of India, that the writer was sure that the generation of India was not this is future of that past, that's why it is past now. The generation will not be unconvincing and self-conscious copies of Europeans. Means self-conscious means knowingly. It means our generations will not knowingly copy and imitate the actions of Europeans. They will do according to their own mind. Unconvincing means they will not be prepared to think about like Europeans. It means they will have their own mind to do, but will be man rooted. Man rooted means the generation will be rooted in their traditions. Means we have such a generation that will be connected to their culture and civilization. They will not copy Europeans, they will not copy Western cultures blindly, and aware of continuity of their culture. And definitely this generation will come to know about their culture, will have known already about their culture. And the writer here declares, only after 7 years of independence the extremes of national self-denigration. Means after 7 years of independence the people of India changing their thinking style. It means when India got free, the people were thinking themselves of low level. That's why the writer declares it with two words combine this compound word self-denigration. Self-denigration means thinking oneself too low. It means inferior before others. The writer says just after 7 years of independence, the people of India begin to come up. They give up hating themselves and cultural chauvinism. Let's come to this point. And fanatical cultural chauvinism. Fanatical means blind faith. Cultural related to culture. Chauvinism means passionate favor of something. It means India was very happy when he got freedom, but after 7 years they got realization that only happiness about the freedom will not do. They will have to think about their future. It means they give up enjoying the day of their freedom, but they start to maintain this for the future. It means they do not want to miss it. That's why they start working to maintain it. The writer says these 2 points. The extremes of self-denigration means the feeling of inferiority complex and fanatical cultural chauvinism and blind enthusiasm begin to disappear. We believe that Hindu civilization in the act of performing its most spectacular means grand feat means action of synthesis means unity or unification. It means Indian culture has a great quality to combine every good thing in it. In the past, it has received, adapted and digested elements of many different cultures. It means Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam is the quality of our India, and Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam means this whole world is a family and we love everybody. In the past, it has received, adapted and digested elements of many different cultures. It is the quality of India, and it has a proof that from various cultures India got many good qualities, and those cultures were Indo-European, Mesopotamian, Indian, Greek, Roman, Scythian, Turkish, Persian and Arabian. From these cultures India got everything. And assimilate means mixed in its culture. It means we take so many qualities from various cultures of the world and we mixed in it in our culture. With each new influence, everybody knows whenever we take something new, there is a something change in us, and so was with our culture. With each new influence means effect or change. It has somewhat changed. Our culture changed a little with every new influence. Now it is well on the way of assimilating the culture of the West. But these days you can see, and it is a proof of the fact that we assimilate every culture. In this modern age, we are going to mix Western culture in our Indian culture. Dear students, we will continue paragraph number 4 in our next lecture. Keep on watching. Thanks.